Hey guys, Kevin Downey from Kevin M. Downey. Thanks so much for taking the time today. Really appreciate it. This video, I want to walk through a little bit of our what I call our AI cheat sheet, right? Our Claude cheat sheet via our AI quarterback program. We give this to all of our clients, whether we're doing general AI training for the company or a team or an individual, or we are literally just doing a custom build out implementation and training. We still always give this sheet because we think it's a great reference point, really quick one pager on how to use AI as a thought partner and just tips and tricks and the way to get the most out of it. And it's very useful for those, especially those that are new to AI or Claude. It's very, very useful. So I'm going to read a lot of this. And I have to kind of move myself out of the way because I'm actually on my screen. I'm actually covering part of it. But anyway, getting the most out of Claude AI Quarterback Program Quick Start Reference Guide. Claude is your AI assistant built by Anthropic. Think of it as a sharp colleague who's read everything but needs you to point it in the right direction. The better your input, the better the output. This guide gives you the essentials to start getting real value immediately. Again, we think of AI as a thought partner. At a high level, I think that's the best way to describe it. And again, let's go through some of these. So first of all, the golden rule: be specific and direct. Vague prompts get vague answers. Tell Claude exactly what you need, who it's for, and what format you want. Example: before versus after week. Help me with marketing. Strong. Write a 100-word cold email to do business to a business owner with 50 employees who's never used AI. Tone: direct, no fluff. Include one clear CTA. That's how you use AI. You want to be very direct with it. The more you give it, the more you can get out of it. So the more you input, not just being specific on request, but using files, and that comes up over here on the other side of the sheet, but giving it reference points, PDFs, links, description of a program, copywriting, existing copy, obviously CSV files, anything that you can give it to chew on, right? It gives it more to work with and work from in your specific request. Okay, 5 power moves. And that's actually down here. Give examples. Paste in a sample of what good looks like. Tone, format, length. Claude will match it. Set constraints. Keep it under 150 words. You use bullet points right at a 9th grade reading level. Constraints sharpen output. Assign a role. Act as a senior sales strategist, or you're a compliance officer reviewing this contract. Context changes everything. Iterate, don't restart. If it's 70% right, say what to fix. Don't re-prompt from scratch. Claude holds the full conversation. That's really important, and something that some people don't realize, that you don't, when you you start a chat with Claude, for example, and you start working on something, you want to try to keep everything in that chat because it's using that as an ongoing reference point, and it's easy for it to then make fixes or edits to something. I'll show you an example of that here in a minute. Finally, and I mentioned this, upload files, drag in docs, spreadsheets, CSVs, PDFs. Claude reads and works with the actual data, not just summaries. Very important, right? The more you give it, the more it can do, right? The more it's going to put out for you. Okay. Use Claude as a writer, emails, proposals, job descriptions, SOPs. We've done a lot of that with clients so far. Customer responses, social posts. An analyst, summarize reports, compare options, extract data from spreadsheets, spot trends. We've taught clients a lot on that end. And worked with it that way with clients. A strategist, pressure test an idea, build a pros cons framework, challenge your assumptions. As a researcher, deep dive into a topic, summarize industry trends, compile competitive intel. It can do that. You can go have it go out and pull things from different websites and do all kinds of research for you. Okay. I've had it do some amazing research reports for not just us, but for clients. It's very, very cool. A trainer, explain a concept, create training materials, build quizzes or checklists. I had it build effectively an IQ test from scratch, and it took nothing but a couple of minutes for it to build. Very, very cool stuff. It's powerful. Pro tip: think out loud. Don't just ask for the answer. Ask Claude to walk through the reasoning, explain your logic, or think step by step. Unlocks better analysis, catches errors, and teaches you along the way. Finally, common mistakes. One-word prompts. Marketing tells Claude nothing. Add context. Accepting the first draft. Iterate. Push back. Make it shorter or more direct. I'll show you an example of that. Not uploading files. If you have the data, give it to Claude. Don't retype or summarize. Treating it like Google. Claude isn't a search engine. It's a thinking partner. Ask it to analyze, not just retrieve. This is one of my favorite phrases in thinking about AI. It's a thought partner, right? And owners And leaders in companies, when they first start using AI and they understand how to use it, especially when they go through our training, our training program, they come back to me and they just say it opened up an entire another world for them. It's absolutely amazing, right? You're not confined to having a thought partner that's a human that you have to schedule or that you have to pull away from other work or that you need to bother or whatever. You've got a tool that is available to you as a thought partner at any time on demand and costs next to nothing and is really, really well built for that task. Okay, let's take a look at just an example of, and I had to do this, has to do with copywriting, but really had to do my resume just because, again, it's a good demo for clients in our training program. Doing my resume took a little bit of time. It takes back and forth to really get where you want to go. So for example, after it got done, it wasn't so much the content, that part was all right. It was more the graphical output that it gave me. Right. So I said, hey, you're almost there. Like it was almost there. Right. But how about you center the items in the grid under core competencies? And there you go. It did it. Right. It did it very, very quickly. And you get the end result of this. And it's again, it's not about the in my case, some of it was content, but it's really about the layout and the organization and the structure, right? And just the way that it thinks about doing that and how it builds it. And then ultimately it can deliver you a PDF, a doc, whatever you want. Programs come out as a JSX and can run right within Claude. It's absolutely amazing. Anyway, so hopefully that helps you. If you have any questions, you want to do some general AI training, reach out to us on our website, kevinmdowney.com, AI quarterback program. That is part of where we do general AI training for companies, for teams, for just owners, but also custom, obviously custom AI project build out, implementation, and training for organizations. And we do things that are just very simple, less than 10 hours. And we've got one where we're working on that's going to be over 50, somewhere between 50 and 100 hours as a project. Very, very big, complex project connecting a lot of different things to AI. So not just, it's literally an agentic project. And that's really neat because that's the next really frontier in AI. But anyway, thanks for being here today. If you have any questions, reach out to us, kevinmdowney.com. Schedule calls in the upper right-hand corner. Would love to chat, see if we can help you. Thanks for being here today. Best of luck in business, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.